so happy that your relationship with your daughter has improved. Hello there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. It's Dr. Janice Hooker Fortman with Relationship Matters. I'm very happy to see all of you today, and we have a very, very interesting show. Now, I was thinking, how can I take pictures that don't look horrible? I've tried many times, and either I don't get the lighting right, or the person isn't standing like I want them to stand. And so now that's with a camera. Then I decided, okay, everybody's talking about using your phone. I tried to use my phone. I still don't like the way my pictures come out. And I'm not even going to talk about selfies. But anyway, I have today two expert photographers, and both of them I have had photo shoots with. Did I say that right? No, photo shoots with. And the first one is Anniece Washington, and I'm going to show you something. Of course, I don't see it. I have a video here. Let me find Anniece. Where is Anniece? Here she is. Okay. These are just a few of Anniece photographs that she takes.
Hey, Jan. Hey, Dr. Jan. What's happening?
Oh, girl, you are what's happening. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing very good.
That's good. That's good. Now, I know that some people did recognize me in two of those.
That's one of my favorite pictures of you anyway, by the way.
Well, yeah. Thank you. As a matter of fact, I use that in my promo.
Amen. Hello.
Because I really liked the picture, and there were a lot of compliments about the picture.
Yeah.
So you are a professional photographer.
Yes.
Now, how long have you been a professional photographer?
Professionally, I would say about 3 years.
Really? Is that all?
Yes.
Oh, yes. My God. And yes. You're so good.
Because I have a passion for it, and I was always passionate about it. I'm like the family photographer,
Okay.
And then so that passion never went away, and then so it was just something that I just decided, you know what, I love taking pictures. I love the joy that it brings me. I can do it so much that I can do it for free. I'm up sometimes till 2, 3 in the morning, editing pictures, looking at things. So, why not make it, something that I can do professionally? It's nothing like doing something that you love professionally, being able to make a couple of dollars, it's nothing like that, So when you find your passion, you need to follow that dream,
Okay. So what did you do before you became a photographer?
Well, I still am, and I'm an investigative specialist, a claims specialist, and I've been doing that since I would say I started in the claims industry back in 1989. Hmm.
So what is that for? An insurance company or?
Yes, insurance,
Oh,
investigate claims for
okay.
different type of scenarios. Yeah. And of course, you
Oh,
have to take pictures.
yeah. Oh, okay. So is that how you became interested in photography?
No, my kids were little, and I hated, like what you said when you came on. I hated the way pictures looked. I didn't like some of the poses. You know how back in the day we used to go to those stores like Kmart, Sears, and stuff like that. But it's so informal, and you never really, you just show up, you get your pictures, and you just get your pictures, and you're looking at them, and you're like, I don't even like these pictures. So
Okay.
I decided, I'm gonna get a camera of something. Back in the day, I just got a camera, and I was very picky about, how my pictures came out. And I would take the family and pose them and just take pictures, and I started taking pictures of my kids, and they would come out really well, and I would get a lot of compliments on the pictures. So it was kind of like a hobby that I really enjoyed, but I was just doing it just to be doing something. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then you just started really getting good at it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I understand that you, like you say, you're self-taught.
Self-taught, yeah, self-taught by reading, instructions, finding out things by mistake, following different people. Now on YouTube, you can do that, but you still need to know some things. I took a couple of classes down at the Chicago Academy North, and I have a mentor who is a professional photographer for years, and he teaches me a lot as well. So I'm still kind of under his mentorship to the point where now what he's doing is he is referring people to me, and he wants me to become part of his team where we're also going to be working in the studio together and teaching and different things like that. So I can't wait to get that started.
Oh, wow. Okay. That sounds great. That sounds great. So you specialize in portraits?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So why did you choose that as your specialty?
Because I really like focusing on a person. I like the art of it. I love how it turns out. I love it when people see themselves, when they don't think that they can look a certain way. I love to bring that out of a person. So I love to have a nice portrait of someone that they can look at and be happy about the product. Yeah. And
And
then,
since you mentioned that, before you go any further, I, I saw this
oh, yeah.
and I'm like, what? When you talk about, women seeing themselves differently, and I saw this before picture and this after picture. How did that happen?
I was actually in Mississippi, and that is a family member. Uh,
Okay.
we had a family reunion, and since I was doing photography, I put out a post to say, "Hey, look, I'm coming down a little early. If you guys want a photo shoot, hook up with me." And so she was one of the cousins that reached out. And the second picture in the red, we're in the hotel lobby.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so did you dress her or tell her, change her hairstyle, or did she just do this on her own?
She did that on her own. But when you talk to people and you get them to be comfortable, then they seem to gravitate towards wanting to do something different. And then when they see it and they look at it, they're excited about it. And when they see the outcome, they are like, oh yeah, that was a good move. So, we work together.
You do that with a lot of women?
I do. I do. Yeah, I do. I do. I try to be as patient and understanding as possible. I try to put myself in the other woman's shoes, um, even though I'm small frame, I do have some, insecure issues on my own, because just because someone's small frame doesn't mean that they don't have insecure issues either. So, and I try to understand what the person is looking for. And I also try to make them feel comfortable and secure in their own skin. Yeah.
Okay, so you have a conversation with them before you just start snapping pictures.
Oh, definitely. I have a consultation with them prior to the photo shoot. I try to get an idea of what they're looking for, their insecurities. I let them know that I will assist them. I always am careful to ask, if they mind that I do things. And I make them comfortable, like I said, to the point where they are open to ideas of a change. You may come one way and have a whole idea, but then if me as the photographer, I may see something that you may not even think of, and then it changes. So and you've been to my home studio, so like I'll have some clothes, jewelry, a shoe, some wigs, just
Am
different
I
things.
difficult?
A belt, something, to add, take away, but I'm always polite and ask if they mind doing it. Because, you don't see what the photographer can catch things that you don't even know that they have captured. And then if you could capture that moment and get that person to, be in the moment, then now they're hooked. They're like, oh yeah, I like that. And they want to come back. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's great. And why did you decide to focus mainly on women?
Well, because I'm a woman and I have more of a understanding and relationship with women.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's just the truth.
Well, that's not about that. I know he's not a woman, but I don't know. He might have better relationship. You never know. But anyway,
People good with me, and hey,
speaking of Scott, I am going to bring to you another photographer, and his name is Scott Gane, and I'm going to show you a little bit about his photographs. Hi, Scott.
Hi, Dr. Jan.
Hey,
Hi,
Scott.
Anniece.
How are you?
I'm fine as frog here. How about you?
I am doing just great. I love your pictures. Of course, that last picture is.
I remember that.
Headshot.
I remember that day fondly. We had you moving around the yard and picking different spots and getting your pants dirty and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a really great photo shoot. I enjoyed it myself, and I should have had the one. I know we went over to the Buckingham Fountain in Chicago, and I used those pictures too. Well, the one with my head all and my hands all out like that, I
Right.
used as my Facebook banner, and I get a lot of compliments about the pictures that you're taking. Now that one with everybody there, I'm like, where am I? That was at the Power of We Symposium.
And that was the Atlanta one. Yeah.
Oh, that was in the Atlanta one.
Yeah, that was the Atlanta one.
Okay. Well, I was there. So, Scott, let me tell you all a little bit about Scott. He has been a photographer for over 40 years. And before he became, well, let me go back. I understand that you worked for the Kalamazoo Department of Public Safety as a firefighter
Really?
slash paramedic
Wow.
slash police officer, and you photograph crime scenes and accident scenes.
Correct.
Oh,
That's my first professional gig, if you will, or was a crime scene. So
Yeah.
how long did you do that?
I retired medically retired in 1992.
1992? Okay.
So then, I just, and after that, I had a passion for photography. I just really loved I got kind of an engineer's mind. So the technical stuff and lighting was tremendously important, especially for crime scenes and stuff like that. You had to have it properly lit because every time you push that button on the camera, that's an evidence photo. So
Yeah.
it had to be perfect,
Yeah. I couldn't
So
imagine.
that you had to get all up in there and see all kinds of gruesome stuff.
Yeah, unless I was there first, and then I would have to take care of that because I was a paramedic. So I left somebody else to take the pictures. So it depends on when I got there. If I got there first, I had to take care of business. If not, I came up and then I photographed everything after the fact.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. So that's how you really became I guess, kind of interested. You were, now when you were hired as a paramedic and all of that, did you already know about photography, or did
No,
you learn it on the job?
no. Matter of fact, when I was hired and shortly after I was hired, we had a traditional fire side and then a police side, and then they combined the departments into a Department of Public Safety. So the paramedics, they didn't think we had enough to do, and we had to have a Suburban to carry all the gear, your police gear, your fire gear, your paramedic gear. So they said, well, you could carry more gear because you got this big Suburban. So we're going to put the crime scene stuff in your car too. So
Wow.
they sent me off I got trained and I learned how to investigate accidents and all that kind of stuff. But the probably the best time I ever had is they sent me to the Kodak Institute in Rochester, New York, to learn how to photograph.
Really?
Specifically crime scenes, but
Crime scenes, huh?
but it gave you an opportunity I learned everything about photography, but this was well before the digital age. So it was all film. I learned how to process in a dark room and everything like that. And then, I get to play around with some effects and stuff. It was great. And it was just something I fell in love with at a very early time. So when I retired, I started being the family photographer,
Okay.
and it would be funny because my Uncle Roger or one of my uncles they would start taking pictures, and I just start shaking my head and I just walk over and take the camera from them because I said, "You're not getting this right. Let me get it for you." And that's why you don't see me in very many family photos, because I'm the one that's grabbing the camera and taking it.
Right. That's exactly right. Yeah.
So you two have something in common.
The family photographer, and you're not in photos.
Right.
Because you're the one taking the photo.
Right. And
Now,
then
go ahead.
well, then I got fast forward a few years, and my oldest daughter was getting married, and at the wedding, the second shooter got ill for the day before, when they were having the bachelor party and activities and stuff like that. So she gave me a digital camera and a crash course on how to operate the digital camera, and I took the pictures there. And after my daughter's wedding, she calls me back and she goes, "Oh, Mr. Gane, these are just fantastic." I said, "Well, okay, great." So that got the bug. I went out and bought myself a digital camera and haven't looked back since. So,
Oh, okay.
but that's and that's led to opportunities. I've been in Chicago. I shot. I guess my big break was that I got to shoot the finale and the after party of the the next Design Star at the Merchandise Mart. They were filming it there. So, and the executive producer of there was just enamored with my pictures, and then that led to a couple other contests, and I started taking little local Chicago celebrities, and then that I ended up going out to Vegas and then out to California, and yeah, it's been a wild ride. It's really been great, especially all the people that I meet. It's just fantastic.
So you've been out in California, in Hollywood. So what celebrities did you meet and take pictures of?
Well, some of them I signed an NDA with, so I can't talk about those.
Oh, you can't?
Yeah, they were very prescriptive about, no watermarks, no nothing. That these are just publicity shots that they have. So, but
so you had to sign an NDA
considering what
all
they paid me, I'll keep my mouth shut. So.
So that was for all of them?
Huh?
All of them? Not one forgot to make you sign that?
It was pretty standard because I went through, they hired me through an agency.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was I subcontracted through an agency.
Okay.
But I did Property Brothers, the Scott brothers.
Okay.
Got them. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a couple that I can't talk about, but they have their own studio downtown Chicago. She has an apartment in the Water Tower place.
Oh.
Who was that? Question.
Well, he can't tell us.
But I know.
I think I'm going to do a little research.
Right. He gave us a little hint.
So our celebrities, and you can't talk about anyone, I know personally, but are they more difficult than just regular non-celebrity people? Or is it about the same?
No, a couple of them felt like a sense of entitlement, and they were, I was just there to do a job, and there were a couple that, I'm like Anniece. I like to get to know who I'm shooting first, have a conversation, coffee or an adult beverage, and we talk about where they want to do and what how they want to, what they feel they want, and then I throw all of that out the window and go do what I want anyway. But anyway.
Anyway.
Well, you know what? I read your quote, and it said, "If you love what you do, it's never work."
Yeah.
And I think both of you all have said that one way or another, that you really love what you do. It's not a job. So now, Scott, I've also read that it said you have a journalistic style. What does that mean? So
like for weddings and events and stuff like that, I don't like the not that I wouldn't shoot it, but I don't like the structured. We're going to line everybody up in a row. We're going to take their picture, and then we're going to move on to the next group that's in a huddle, and we're going to take their picture. I'd rather spend my time capturing those raw emotional moments that aren't pre-staged, if you will.
Yeah. So
I want to tell a story.
Yeah.
Okay.
So telling the story of the event or of even the person, as we go through, and that means that I got to get them relaxed and get them to trust what I'm going to do. It's going to be complimentary and flattering to them, and they're going to get great pictures too.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So.
So you're the perfect example, Dr. Jan. You remember our shoot. One, you were chirping at Lauren, and two, you were fairly uncomfortable about getting your picture taken. Correct?
I don't remember that. But yeah.
I do.
I remember.
So what did we do? We kept changing places, and we went different places in the yard, and I had you doing things, and it took your mind off of what we were doing, wasn't it? We were just having a conversation, and I just happened to be taking your pictures, right?
Wait a minute.
She doesn't remember.
Look, speaking of the devil, right?
Yeah,
Look,
I see it. I see
That's
it.
Lauren right there.
Right.
ask her about when she had to sit down in the front yard for a photo.
Was that with you?
That was me.
Was that with
That
you,
was
Scott?
Scott.
No.
That was with me. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I remember having to help her up.
That's what he's that's what he's talking about. But
Right.
with both of you all, I have definitely enjoyed my photo shoots. But look, Brenda Tucker Jeffries asked you. I guess she wants to. She's trying to find out who you're talking about, the celebrity.
Oh my
Did she
God.
sing a duet with Tony Bennett?
Tony Bennett. You Dr. Jan?
Huh? No, she's talking about whatever star celebrity it was that he had take, that he took pictures for.
Oh, okay.
Everybody knows who, but Brenda, a lot of Tony Bennett has done a lot of
Duet.
duets with a lot of different women, but I know he's talking about she's talking about the latest one.
Right.
I just did Brenda's photos last year in the it was a memorial park we went to in was it Munster, Indiana? Yeah, she did. You remember you saw those?
Yeah, I've seen some of them. Yeah, they're beautiful. As a matter of fact, Anniece does a calendar every year, and it's for the models. What is it?
Fiercely real.
Fiercely real models.
Yeah.
And when fiercely real means they can be tiny in stature, or they can be plus size women, or they can be senior citizens like me and Brenda. I'm throwing her out there, right?
Really gonna get you.
And it's a beautiful calendar. We've done two. And so I think we're doing another one soon, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Early this year. We have a scheduled May 1st we're gonna take maybe 3 or 4 of the models. And this year I am you probably don't know this, Dr. Jan, but I am like directing what to wear.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you won't have to worry about what you have to wear. We'll have something for you.
Okay.
So wait to be seen, because I like to, I used to I have a friend that's into styling, and she and I did some styling. Well, she did mostly the styling. I did the photography, but I get involved with that too. So yeah.
Right.
So we're gonna have some styles this time.
Oh, okay. Now I know you focus mainly on women, but Scott, your photography is. Do you have a particular? I don't know if you call it genres in photography, but subject matter, or do you do all different kinds of subject matter?
I do all different kinds of. We've kind of specialized. I found a female partner, Angie, and I just a week before the state got shut down with COVID, she and I opened up a boudoir photography studio.
I saw that, and we're going to talk about that.
I do boudoir too now.
You both do. We're going to talk about that. But right now, I have to go to a couple of quick commercials, and we're going to come back.
Okay.
And we're definitely going to talk about that. That was one of my questions.
Yeah.
About boudoir photography.
Wow.
So we'll be right back. All right. We are back. And let me look at some of the questions that have come in. Let's see. Okay, so here's a question for Anniece. She wants to know, what techniques do you use to make people comfortable?
Well, first I try and have a conversation with the person, get to know them, what they're looking for. And if they come to a studio, I may have music. I try to make them feel comfortable through music, feed them, have some orders on the side or some wine or, anything that I think that will make a person feel comfortable. Try to make them laugh, just try to find out what is going on with them, make them feel kind of happy and just comfortable. So whatever I can do to make them feel comfortable.
Okay, what about you, Scott? Do you use any special techniques or what?
Yeah, I mean the same thing. Yeah, really get to know them a little bit more. Adult beverages help.
Okay,
Yeah.
it relaxes people. So now that we're talking about adult beverages, let's talk about these boudoir pictures. So now, both of you do boudoir pictures.
Mhm.
Scott, now with women,
Right.
how do you make them feel comfortable when they are in different
They're in a very vulnerable state.
Lingerie.
And, when they're
Yeah.
And it's a relatable, and I don't know that I can say that I completely understand women, but I listen. I take my time. We're not in a big rush. We have a female makeup artist, and my partner is female. So there's other females in the room, so that
okay.
tries to adjust their comfortable, and
Okay.
quite frankly, I respect them. I know what they want, and I'm just trying to bring it out of them, and shoot, by the end of the session, they come in, they're nervous. Maybe adult beverage too helps, but by the time we have a conversation, because hair and makeup on average takes almost an hour and a half.
Yeah, it takes about a good hour. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that gives me an opportunity to talk about them and talk about their kids and talk and understand where they're coming from, why they're in our studio for some boudoir photography in the first place.
Yeah.
And sometimes, they'll say that it's for their boyfriend or their husband or like that. And then I correct them. I said, no, it's for you. They're just the boyfriend's just the benefactor of the shoot afterwards, but these are for you.
Yeah.
We need to get that straight first.
Yeah.
And so breaking down that little wall that I know is going to go up because I'm a male in a
Right.
female type situation. But once they get to know me a little bit, and then we're off to the races. And everybody that we've had in the studio, they come in either shy, nervous, or a little bit timid, and by the time they walk out, they're walking that much higher off the floor. They're walking taller, and the self-confidence that they have, it's just amazing. And that to me, that's a very satisfying thing to watch that whole process happen too.
Yeah. And then I also I let them see the photo so that they can say, oh, wow, that looks good. And then that kind of instills that trust factor that, you're making sure that they are the best and you making sure that they look the best because they want to see the results.
Right.
And, a lot of photographers, you don't see the results before, the shoot is over. You just get the results when it's done. And so, but if you can show them how the picture is becoming or what it looks like, then they start to get a little bit more relaxed and they trust you, and they, so that kind of peels off that layer of, then sometimes you get them there, so they're like this when they come in, but when they're ready, well, they're ready, that you can't get enough. So
Right.
love
Right.
it just like that. So yeah.
Well, my husband is sitting over here. Would you like me to do a boudoir?
You can explain totally what the boudoir
Oh, wait, he says explain totally what the boudoir is. Explain what boudoir photography is. Either one of you.
Well, I mean, I know it's a French word, right? Am I wrong?
Women in sexy lingerie.
Women in sexy lingerie. He said, oh, yeah, fine.
Well, I did send you some pictures, Dr. Jan, on your email of some boudoir photos. So if you want to share those with your husband, then he can have an idea of, what it looks like. So,
Okay.
yeah. So I recently had a young lady, I don't know if you know, her name is Natasha White, and she was feeling a little bit uncomfortable. And when we were in the studio, and she wanted to do boudoir. So she came and we took some pictures. And after the fact, when I got done with the photos, she felt really good about them. Because I like prints. I don't know if you still like prints.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I offered prints in the package, and she got 11 by 14, and she liked the pictures so much she got, because that came with the package. So she ordered a whole bunch of different 11 by 14 pictures.
Wow.
Yeah. And then she sent me like this card in the mail, and she was so grateful. And, it was just a nice, thing to have someone that didn't feel comfortable to always acknowledge the fact that, by me being her photographer now, that she is feeling a lot comfortable in her own skin. And that's a good feeling when you can have women that don't feel so comfortable initially. She's a beautiful girl. I love the pictures. I don't see that, but she had something that she was feeling a little insecure about. But those pictures are beautiful. They really are. Yeah.
Yeah. And trying to take away the stigma of women's bodies, the body dysmorphia that women have,
Yeah.
up here, and we just trying to get them out of their head a little bit, because you're all beautiful.
Thank you, Scott.
Yeah. And that's the truth. It is the truth.
Right.
So, yeah.
And
Yeah,
like
we
showing
are
the
never,
back of the camera is
we are never satisfied with our bodies.
Oh yeah, I get it.
For some reason.
Well, look at the body that I've got. Took me 60 years to get that way, and it's not going to change overnight. So,
yeah.
Of course, unless I Photoshop myself.
So now I'm going to ask some technical questions. We got about 15 minutes. Okay, now I know the camera, I should have had my camera with me, but all of those numbers and settings, how long does it take to get the right setting, the right focus, the right light? What do all those little numbers around that lens mean anyway?
Well, that's a good question.
Right.
I mean, unless we know what numbers you're talking about.
Okay.
What numbers are you
Should
talking
have had my camera in here and I could have asked. Yeah.
So
stab at it, Scott?
Yeah, most of the modern day cameras are they try to make it as automatic as possible. But for us professionals, there are some settings that we can adjust the light or the aperture. We can adjust how fast the shutter goes, or the field of view that we're looking at.
Yeah, because if we want something blurred out, we have a setting that we do that. If we want to bring more light in, we have settings that if we want it to go faster or slower, there's just a bunch of different settings for all different type of. You just have to know what you got.
Right.
Okay.
So, but with your camera, if you just turn it over to the A, and it's automatic, and the camera does all the work for you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, but it doesn't get, the camera, the settings that Anniece and I use are very specific as to how we want the picture to frame and compose, and what we want to see and what we want in focus. We can narrow down to just like focusing on your eyes, and everything else will have a little softer focus, and even behind it may not be totally blurred out. And we're able to do that manually with the camera.
Oh, okay, okay. Now, have you ever captured, either one of you, what you consider to be the perfect picture, the perfect photograph?
Yes.
In my mind, yeah.
Right. It's a couple of pictures. I mean, like, I like it when I can capture a picture that no matter what I do to it, it's still perfect. Like, I can turn it into black and white. I can put filters on it. I can do this. I can do that. And it's still perfect. Like, just nothing really changes the actual quality of the picture. It's just nice. So.
What about you, Scott?
There are several times that I fall in love with a picture that I've taken, and I go, "That's the best one I've taken," until the next time I take one like that. I have a couple. I think I sent you the one in the park where the little girl was helping the homeless guy. That was at a concert. I was at a concert event called "Coming Home, Coming Together" that they have in Benton Harbor. They stopped having that event, but I just happened to capture that. She was just this guy. He was late 80s, and one of the acts at the concert was, well, the OJs were there, and Nikki Harris, nationally recognized jazz singer, was there, and he was dancing and having the time of his life, and he just got tuckered out. And this little girl went up and helped him get over to his seat. And I just happened to capture that. And it was, to that day, that was the most perfect picture, But it gets back to what I like to do. I'm telling a story.
Yeah.
Or that picture leads me to tell the story of how that picture came to be. So.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. So it's more so the perfect picture is more so the content rather than the skill of the techniques.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So now, who's harder to work with? Women or men or children?
I love kids. The hardest to work with are, I've had a couple. I won't name names, but they're bridezillas.
Oh, well, I haven't done wedding photos, so.
Well, be thankful that you.
No.
So here, Sandy Barney Ennis says, "Okay, I need over 72 photos plus size photo shoot that can hide lots of dimples and wrinkles with or without filters." So she wants to hide.
She wants to hide her dimples? Wow.
She wants to hide her dimples, and she wants to hide her wrinkles.
Well, this depends on where her dimples are, I guess.
Right? What'd you say, Scott?
Just depends on where her dimples are.
Well, hopefully we're going to be taking the pictures of the dimples that need to be hidden.
Yeah.
But you know what, Sandy, come on. That's a part of you. That's the beautiful part of you. Dimples, wrinkles. A lot of people don't live long enough to have wrinkles.
We can get them out, though. It's called editing. I can get dimples out. I can get bags under the eyes out, pimples, freckles, whatever you want. Spots on skin. I can get all of that out and smooth it out and make it look like a newborn baby. Oh, yeah.
Okay, that sounds really, really, really good. So now, this show is called Relationship Matters, and what we've been talking about as far as photographing people, relationships play an important part. And so what I'm hearing from both of you is that you have to form a relationship with whoever it is that you're photographing so that you can get that essence.
Yes.
Excuse me. Yeah, because I always wondered, like some people, when you see their portraits or the pictures of them, it tells you exactly who they are, and it doesn't seem like they posed for it.
Mm-hmm.
So how long does it take to get that so that people see the person and not the picture, so to speak?
Well,
I mean, it really depends on the person and
Okay.
how open they're going to be with you.
yeah.
You have to gain their trust. Once you gain their trust and you start having a natural conversation, they'll start relaxing. They'll start relaxing their facial muscles, and once they get to that thing, even if they're nervous coming into the shoot, once you get them to do that, relax and trust, and you have a normal conversation with them, the better the pictures are going to come out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And sometimes I can get it on the first shot, like a test shot. Have you ever got on a test shot?
I have, yeah. I was just
Like, okay, this is just a test. Click. Oh my God, that's the perfect picture. So, it just depends. it just depends. You just, sometimes, you have to be patient. Some people, they will test you, they're
Really?
very, very insecure about what they look like, and so they'll be giving you the side eye while they're insecure about themselves. And I try to encourage the women to, if they believe they're not photogenic, like I had a recent customer, no names, and I talked to her on the phone. We talked a little bit. I always ask a person to send me an outfit so I can have an idea of what they're wearing, just to see maybe backdrop, or if I want to do something outside or whatever. And then I also ask women shoe size or stuff like that, because I don't know about you, Scott, but I keep extra shoes, or I have tulle skirts, and I have jewelry, and I have wigs, so maybe they want to add whatever. So but I do tell women, if they have things that they want to wear that's fitting, put on an undergarment.
Right.
Put on an undergarment. Hey, do that. Put on an undergarment. Wear a better bra, or get your makeup done. Maybe you don't have to get your hair done, but have it nice and neat. Because if you don't come prepared and you don't wear makeup or whatever, the camera is not a phone. The phone sometimes don't show all those blemishes and different things. A real camera can pick up the smallest speck of fuzz on a shirt. So come prepared. I have things that help you get out that fuzz, but I really don't want to spend time editing a picture,
right,
getting fuzz off your sweater,
Okay.
So be prepared, have your undergarment, put on lotion or oil, if you don't go to the salon and get your nails done, trim them down a little bit, put a little shine, just do little subtle things to get yourself prepared. You don't have to go out and buy $100 outfit, get your hair all done up, at the salon, unless you want to. But, a lot of women go, I don't really wear makeup. That's okay, but put something on you, a little bit, it doesn't have to be a lot.
So are there people who are not photogenic? This is from Sandy.
Yes, I
Yeah.
believe that.
Really?
You believe that, Scott?
I do, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So if they come into your studio and they want pictures, photographs, and they say, okay, I want to look like this, what do you do?
Take their picture to the best of your ability. No, I think everybody's photogenic, really. I'm just telling the truth. But I don't think the fact of the person not being photogenic, I think it's the fact of the person being a little just, I can't say stiff, but
self-destructive at that.
Just not willing to bend or do things. They are not going to ever relax. That's a person that's not photogenic, a person that's not ever being relaxed. Not the way you look. It's just, if you cannot come down, it's just hard to photograph that person.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. It
So
has
now,
to look.
if they want to get in contact with you, Scott, where are you? You are in Michigan, but you do come to Chicago, right?
Yeah, I'm in
Well,
Chicago.
I have an audience all over, but
Yeah, I
but-
come to Chicago quite often, so I see my Facebook and Instagram right now. My website is not working the way it's supposed to, so we'll just go with Facebook and Instagram for now.
okay, so they can go on your Facebook page and they can get in contact with you.
They can.
Okay, people who are in Michigan, boudoir pictures.
Yeah, and the great thing about that is if you tried to book today, you probably won't get in till September. So
Really?
yeah, we're booked solid. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I guess is it because people have been at home inside, with this COVID, and they want to get out and they want to look fantabulous.
Oh yeah. And some of the women set themselves a goal saying, I'm going to beat this COVID-10 or COVID-15 or COVID-20 and I'm going to set my date to do my pictures on September 1st. So
Okay.
they've set themselves a goal how they want to be able to do their shoot and be in the best shape. So that they use that part of the commitment to take their session is the commitment to do whatever they want to do with body-wise. Yeah.
All right. And Anniece, how can people contact you? I want a boudoir picture.
I'm on Facebook and Instagram, and I have a website, and the name of my photography business is photographyiseverything.com. And you can see my pictures on my website and on my Facebook. I really don't do much on Facebook. I've been posting more on Instagram. I need to post more, but you can find me on either Facebook, Photography is Everything, Instagram, Photography is Everything, or on my website, Photography is Everything. So I'm just starting to get into boudoir. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
All right.
It's a lot of fun. It really is.
Well, you two have given us some great information. I have really enjoyed it this show, and I forgot to ask one question quickly in one sentence. This is a question that came in. What advice would you give a beginning photographer? One sentence. Either one.
Go out and start taking pictures, even if you're wrong.
Okay.
and mine would be get on YouTube, get a mentor.
Okay. All right. Well, thank both of you for being on the show this evening. I have really enjoyed it. You have given us a lot of information, and I'm looking forward to having photo shoots again with both of you.
Boudoir.
Well, boudoir with you, Anniece.
I got a great location.
Business photos with you, Scott.
Okay, fine.
Okay, fine, right?
I'm gonna let you know so you can come.
So I want to thank you all again, and I want you both to have a pleasant rest of your day or evening wherever you are. Well, both of you are in the Midwest, so the rest of your evening I hope is pleasant. I hope you stay safe. And next week I have Christine Grant, who does something really, really extraordinary. She writes letters for people. If you need to reconcile with someone, she writes the letters for you, and she has stories to tell. Wow. So I want you all to tune in next Thursday, 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and 5 p.m. Pacific Time. And again, I want to thank both of you. Photography is everything for both of you. So,
Thank you, Jan, Dr. Jan. Appreciate it. It was a pleasure. I'm
so
going to look you up, Scott.
Sounds good.
Okay. Thank you. It was a pleasure. I really appreciate it. Fun.
so good night, both of you. Stay safe.
Okay. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.